Hello. Today I'm going to show you part one of the two-step testimony submission process. The first part is to submit testimony to JUFJ. So I'm starting from the JUFJ homepage and then going to Get Involved, Testify, and Testify in Annapolis because this is statewide testimony. From there, I'm scrolling down and I'm going to click on this third button, Submit Testimony. Once this page loads, the first thing you'll do is fill in your contact information with your name and your email. In the next section, you'll be filling out some bill information and then pasting the link to your testimony itself. If you don't know your bill number, it's totally fine to leave this field blank. But if you do, you can go ahead and input it. So let's say I'm submitting testimony on universal representation. I'll type into this box HB0114 because that's the bill number for the House bill for universal representation. In this next box, I'm going to be pasting the Google Doc link with my testimony. So it's really important that at this stage, your testimony is in the form of a Google document, not a PDF or not a Word document. If you need help with how to create a Google Doc, you can watch the previous video, which showed you how to create a copy of JUFJ's testimony template in the form of a Google document. So once I have my testimony written, again, as you can see in a Google Doc, I'm going to click on this top right button that says Share. And the first thing I'm going to do is change the access settings. And this makes sure that we on staff are able to open this Google document. So you'll see that it says restricted, and I'm clicking right under that and changing my permissions to anyone with the link can view. I'm then going to click on this copy link button. After I click on it, you'll see a little gray box pop up that says link copied, and that's how I know that it's successful. You see that right there. Now that I have my link, I'm going to click back over to the testimony submission page and paste that link into this box. From there, I'm going to scroll down and share some additional information. So because my example testimony is on universal representation, I'm going to click and say that I'm submitting testimony about immigrant rights. The last section of this page is asking you how you want your testimony to be used. Testimony, of course, is really powerful in front of our legislators, but it can also be really impactful in other ways, whether that's as a blog post on social media, or even as an example for other people writing testimony. So you can check different boxes here to let us know how you want your testimony to be used. If you're comfortable with it being used in any way, you can click this first box, please maximize the impact of my testimony, and share it in any of the ways listed below. If you don't want your testimony to be used beyond testimony, right, if you want the only people to see it to be your legislators and JUFJ staff, you can click this bottom box that says, please do not share my testimony outside of the hearings in Annapolis. If you have any other questions or comments for JUFJ staff, you have the option of putting them into this box. And from there, you're ready to submit your testimony to JUFJ. So you can go ahead and click this button. Again, this is just the first step of the testimony submission process. So we're really grateful that you've submitted your testimony to JUFJ, but you're not done yet. You'll need to submit your testimony directly to the Maryland General Assembly as well. For help on how to do that, please refer to another video in this series that will explain part 2 of submitting your testimony.